Hey, how y'all doing? So, here's what's up. I'm a handyman, self-employed. I don't have a huge corporation, don't have, lots of millions of bucks. I don't have money to throw away on tools and blow them up and break them, things like that. I don't have sponsors to do that either. But I do use tools a lot. Uh, I do a lot of handyman work for stores, offices, shops, home offices. People run business out of their home houses, converted garages into where I do all kinds of mounting and uh, fixtures and I handyman stuff. I fix and make things on the spot. And I do a lot of furniture. I mean, a lot of furniture that needs to be assembled for people. Most of it office furniture, a lot of desks, a lot of file cabinets, shelving, that kind of thing, bookcases. Anyway, I rely on my tools, not just for my work, but around my own house. I got, wife wants me to fix things and make sure things are running and working. So I use tools, and I'm kind of a tool junkie. I like my tools. But again, not a rich guy, can't afford to go out and buy 20 of the same thing, although I probably would if I could get away with it. Uh, so I'm always looking for reviews on tools that are going to be reliable, tools that are going to be good. Not necessarily for a particular brand name, because I don't buy into the whole brand fanboyism. I don't get into the whole, ooh, this is the only brand out there for pros or for use on the job site, or there's multiples out there. The technology is so widespread now that it's hard not to get a good tool if you're serious about, looking around and making an effort, okay? A few years ago, you've seen some of my other videos. I started investing in the Worx brand, WRX. They're by Positech, company in China. They started a long time ago with yard tools and things like that, and then they moved into power tools, hand tools, things like that. And I was really surprised by them because they didn't suck. I mean, not all of them were great, but they didn't suck, and they've only gotten better. Now they've moved into a new line, the Nitro line. Again, I've got a few videos out there that talk about some of these. The Nitro line is their brushless motor, and they kind of are pushing their brushless tools towards the work sites now, to being pro capable. I mean, you know, they can get that job done, be that reliable, get that much power out, whatever. And so far, I have to say, in general, across the Worx line, I've invested a lot in their batteries, and the tools. And I gotta say, I haven't been disappointed yet. I use these every day. I'm kind of a klutz, I'm gonna be honest, because I'm always climbing up a little bit, ladders and knocking things over. I'm not a little person. That's Pete, by the way. But, so I use a lot of the Worx tools on the job, fixing things, making things, assembling. Oh God, the assembly, so much furniture. But anyway, so I thought I can't really afford to do the demos and show you these tests and those tests, and because I don't have money to buy tools to throw away, to trash them just to show you, oh hey, and it burn out at this point. I can't afford to burn tools out, okay? Just for the fun of it, just to show off. That's why I watch Project Farm, because apparently he's got the sponsors and the money to do that, to buy 20 of the same thing and burn them up. I don't. But brands like Worx and even the new Craftsman RP line, and different ones that are out there, I think they deserve somebody to at least share an honest experience with them on the job site, to say, hey, does this really work or doesn't it? Is it worth buying? Is it worth getting the money into? So I'm going to do simple videos from this point on. because I think it's worth, sharing my own experience using these particular tools. Again, I've invested heavily in the Worx brand, and now especially the Worx Nitro. Um, Nitro, okay, and in the PowerShare Pro. This is their smart battery line. See that? Pro. Basically, it's designed to work with the brushless motors, the electronic controlled brushless motors. Okay, and they really do well at power management, better at power management than the regular batteries and things like that. And I've spent the money, and I've been using them for quite a while, and gotta say, you don't see a lot of really good out in the field reviews. I see so many unboxing and, oh, well, hey, based on this one time I pulled it out and put a couple of screws in a board, I think this will be okay. Oh, well, those are fine and dandy, and, that's all well and good, but how does it get things done, I put up rails into, steps and sidewalks. It's got to, if I use an impact wrench or drill or hammer drill or anything like that, I've used it on the job. I've done it to get paid, so it has to hold up. It has to be durable. It has to get the job done. And I use different tools different days, sometimes different tools multiple times throughout the day, because I'm in one place, then I'm at another, and one morning I'm building an entire office, that afternoon I'm putting up, pallet racking somewhere, or I'm fixing plumbing, putting a new sink into a commercial, restaurant or something. I mean, I do different things all the time. So today, besides this little quick intro, because I want to do more of these little videos, and then, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I'm going to do all these action shots and all that. I'm not. But it's going to be a quick minute between you and me. So, this is the Worx Nitro impact driver. Brushless motor. It has 3 speeds. Medium, low, high. Has a little light right there. Love a good belt hook. I just can't say enough about a good belt hook. Okay, this is a 4 amp hour PowerShare Pro 4 amp hour battery. I won't put on a tool like this anything smaller than a 4. They have the 4, they have a 5, I believe they have a 9 now that they're starting to get out. 4 and a 5 I'll put on. I won't put any bigger on. It's easier just to change a 4 or 5 than to gain the extra weight, and it's got a 5 light indicator for the battery power, and you can hold it and it'll keep the light on. As you can see, that's a pretty good deal. The light down here is trigger selected, comes on, see that? And it's actually, I found, pretty well aimed. I do a lot, again, furniture and different things like that, and for things that require a lot of heavier, longer, thicker bolts, especially when you're talking about putting legs together on big tables or desks or anything like that, heavy duty, gonna have more weight involved, movement, pressure put on there. You want to make sure those connections are solid. You don't want to mess around with those. And so I'll use an impact drill for those bolts, or like with a hex bit in there, or regular screws even. And I will tell you that this I can't speak highly enough of. Ever since I use it, I like the fine control. This trigger controls, speed, slow speed, to fast. And I mean, I love that I can, nice slow grip, and it will start out with a nice slow speed. And I mean, easily I can control so if I have to, you're not using a super long or thick bolt, maybe 1/4 inch, but it's really got to get in there into a tight spot and pull nice and snug. The control is really good. I've really enjoyed having that level of control for speed on it, because I don't want to over tighten it. I don't want to over torque. and I'm able to stop just when I need to stop, and that's important to me. It's more important to me to have speed and power control than more power. I love Tim the Tool Man, the show that was on way back then, but I think the most serious damage he ever did was convincing people, more power is better. No, power control is better. It's nice to have the availability of power and have plenty of power to get a job done, get that long, deep bolt or whatever it is that's really got to get put all the way in. It's nice to have that power. But if you don't have control of that power, what's the point, I'm more interested in power control. So power availability, it has pretty good power. 3 selections, forward, 1 speed, reverse. It again, good controllability here. Your forward, backward switch is right here, just above the trigger. I've got really big hands, I do, and I look for tools that I can hold and control with my big mitts easily. And I mean, it really is a good, comfortable fit for my big old hand. So I think they've done well ergonomically. This handle is a rubberized grip. I don't ever feel like if I'm sweaty, my hands are getting sweaty or something, that I'm going to lose control of it. One thing I've noticed about these motors, and any kind of thing like that where you're talking about a reactive torque, any kind of a drill or even a driver, driver's not as much, more drills, but I mean, you don't want to have something lock up and kick back. Drivers aren't as bad about it, wrenches aren't as bad about it, impact wrenches, impact drivers, but I mean, it's just the handle, it's just really control. I never feel like I'm out of control with this drill. It's got a good hefty weight. It don't feel like it's, cheap plastic, whatever. It has metal up here, metal chuck, metal head, steel. I really like the whole thing. Again, the Pro battery, that battery lasts forever. I mean, I love that I can not have to change batteries every 10 minutes. That's a really nice thing about this one. So from a perspective of a handyman, this is my job. I'm self-employed. I do this every day. I work for myself, by myself all day long. Go from one place to the next, putting things together, fixing things, hanging, mounting, brackets, TVs, screens, racking. Who knows what I'm going to do one, morning to the afternoon to the day. So I've got to have tools that I can rely on, that I can, I've dropped this. I have dropped this thing off of a ladder, an A-frame ladder. The ladder is 10 feet in the air, and it fell from the top. Right? As a matter of fact, not exactly from the top. It was supposed to be on the belt clip. I went to hook it on my side, and I missed. And when I let go, it just straight on down. Battery did come unlodged. Didn't hurt. This is the very same battery. Didn't hurt the battery at all. Didn't even scuff it, which I'm shocked. Didn't break it. Popped it right back in, and it never missed a beat. So if it can survive me, I don't think it'll let most anybody else down. I've used this thing straight building decks with it, for hours. Just go, putting deck screws, big old, going into. I've used, we had to repair tie walls, and had to use just ridiculously the big screws, to pull them down into other ties below it and into the ground anchor. It just hours at a run, and this thing don't let me down. I can't complain about it at all. Worx has proven itself to me. I cannot say it is a bad tool. This impact driver gets the job done. So if anybody ever asks you, the Worx 3-speed Worx Nitro impact driver. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. It has passed my test on the job site, at home, working on, I build beehives, I'm a beekeeper. I build things all the time around here, do different things. I refurbish old furniture. I like to find furniture that people put out on the curb somewhere, and then I like to make it like a whole new different thing, and then I sell it. That's what I do. Some of what I do. Anyway, so you get the idea though. I'm always doing something, and I gotta have the tools. I gotta, you know, this is my money, is how I pay my bills. So I wouldn't do it if I had to, you know, buy a new one every time it dropped, or, you know, oh, it's not tough enough to do this job, gotta go buy another. I can't afford to do that. I need a tool that's gonna work alongside me and be there when I need it. This one does. So there you go. We're gonna have some fun going forward in the future. Hopefully the videos won't be as long as this one. Like I said, I did a little short intro of who I am and what I do. I'm Tony, by the way. Tony Sandoval, Handyman Services. I'm right here in South Omaha in Nebraska. But really it's just you and me talking about tools. All right, for you folks, I hope you have a good day, and get some good use out of them tools.